it's Victoria from Disney Trippers, and today we're going to be talking about drinking around the world at Epcot and the best drinks to get in each and every country. But first, we're going to start off with some tips that you need to know, including how much does it really cost to drink around the world at Epcot, because that's kind of important when it comes to budgeting. And then once we're done with the tips, we will get into the best drinks at each and every country at Epcot. You are going to love it, and it's going to make you want to book a trip to Disney World right now. So let's get started. The first thing to know about drinking around the world at Epcot is choosing your crew. So the people that you're going to go with. Unless you can literally drink so much, you are not going to be able to drink around Epcot by yourself. So that's when it comes down to choosing your crew that you are going to drink around the world with. Now, my suggestions are people that are fun, lighthearted, enjoy drinking just as much as you do, and you want people that are okay with splitting the bill. You don't want there to be any sort of problems later or issues when it comes down to who's going to pay for what. Now, I recommend having an even amount of people, or even if you don't have an even amount of people, one person pays for the drink in the first country, the next person pays for the drink in the second country. So that is my recommendation as far as finding people to go with when you're choosing your crew for drinking around the world. How expensive is drinking around the world? That is a question that a lot of people ask, and that really depends on you and your preferences. So, first of all, drinks at Epcot range between $8 to $11 per drink. That means that drinking around the world at Epcot will set you back around $100 to $120. Now, when I go drinking around the world, drinks from every single country at Epcot is a lot to get for each and every person. So what we usually do is we usually have one person every other country. You buy a drink, your friends buy a drink, your family, whoever you're going with, and then it makes it much more fair. So if you are going to get one drink in every country at Epcot, it's going to set you back about $100 to $120 just for getting one drink at every country. That does not include if you're going to be splitting with friends or getting more drinks than one drink at every country. So that is something to keep in mind when you are budgeting for drinking around the world. Now, one of the most hotly contested topics when it comes to Epcot and the World Showcase is where you're going to start. Now, people will argue you should start in Mexico, or people will argue you should start in Canada, two countries that you will have at the beginning of the World Showcase if you're coming in the main entrance of Epcot. Now, if you ask me my preference based on my suggestions for the best drinks at Epcot, you should start in Canada, because you're going to have a few light beers and then you're going to get into some of the best drinks in the World Showcase, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, one after the other. Whereas if you're to start in Mexico, you're probably going to be starting with a margarita and tequila and all of that, and you're going to start right off the bat, and it's going to be, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So I recommend starting in Canada, but of course you could do whatever you want. And if actually you're really like me and you like coming in at the entrance that's the back entrance of Epcot, brings you between France and the UK, that's my preference. So I'm not really going to be saying quite what other people may say, but I do suggest Canada as the first place to start drinking around the world based on my drink suggestions that you will see in this video. Now we are going to get into the best drinks that you should have at Epcot when drinking around the world. Now keep in mind, this is not just based on my preference. This is based on a bunch of people that I have gone to Epcot with multiple times. I've suggested multiple drinks. I've suggested it to the Disney Trippers community, and based on the feedback from everybody, not just my personal preference, although there are some that are 100% my suggestion that everybody else loves. This is based on a lot more people other than me. These are the best drinks at Epcot that you should get when drinking around the World Showcase. Here we go. First, we're going to start in Canada with a Moosehead Draft. This is going to set you back about $9.25, and it is a total fan favorite. It's a very light beer, so don't expect anything too dark and strong, but it's refreshing in a good way and the perfect way to start off drinking around the world. Next up is the UK Pavilion, where I do suggest getting a beer from the English pub. I recommend Boddington's English Pub Ale, which is $10 for an imperial pint, and it's very popular in England and the UK. The Orange Grand Marnier Slushy in France is the cream of the crop and one of my top 3 favorite drinks at Epcot. It's a mix between Grand Marnier rum, Grey Goose, and orange juice, and it's frozen to perfection, and it's perfect to drink on a hot Florida day. You cannot miss this one. It's the best drink at Epcot. The Habibi Daiquiri in Morocco is one of the more expensive drinks at Epcot, coming in at $12.95, but it is so worth it. It is a mix between rum, strawberry, and orange blossom water, and it's 2 out of my top favorite 3 drinks. Japan is home to my Disney Trippers' top favorite pick, the Sake Mist in the blackberry flavor. It is only $9 and the portions are so large. This is the top of my top 3 favorite picks. You cannot miss it. Okay, after all those fabulous mixed drinks, it's time to take it back to a simple beer with the Angry Orchard Rosé Hard Cider in America. Simple and delicious. If I could have an honorable mention for my favorite drink, it would be the Peach Bellini from Italy. It comes in at $11. It's actually really small for the steep price tag of $11, which is why it doesn't make my top list, but the flavor is epic. Next up is the Grapefruit beer in Germany, which if Disney Trippers had to pick our favorite beer, it would be the Grapefruit beer in Germany. The flavor is so unique and you'll love it following the Peach Bellini in Italy. It comes in at $10. Don't forget to get a Bavarian pretzel to go with it. The plum wine in China is super delicious and smaller and a great way to reduce your spending when you're drinking around the world at Epcot. It comes in at $5.50 and you can find it at the Lotus Blossom Cafe. It really is a good and refreshing flavor that you're going to love. Despite being in the Norway pavilion, the Einstock White Ale is actually from Iceland, and I've actually had this beer in the actual country of Iceland, so you know that it is a good and authentic to Nordic countries. Finally, we are going to end with some margaritas in Mexico. Our favorite drinks here are the Mango Loco Margarita or the Fiesta, which is a combination of the 3 frozen margarita flavors. They come in at about $12. And there you have it. These are the very best drinks to get at Epcot when drinking around the world. I do hope that you go and enjoy each and every one of these suggestions when you visit Epcot. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment your favorite drink to have at Epcot when drinking around the World Showcase. That's all today from Disney Trippers. I hope you enjoy, and I hope that you have a fantastic time on your trip to Epcot.